What is up, guys? We are back with another Roblox tutorial. Today I'm going to be going over stuff like the train tools and how to make a realistic game. So we're just going to go ahead and click base plate. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to start off blank. And so what you're going to do is you're going to, of course, get the whole layout though, but go all the way so you see the whole entire base plate like this. Okay, and so then you're going to click on editor up here in home. You're going to go to edit and then add. Now what I like to do is I like to go to the cylinder tool and make sure I'm clicking on grass and go to manual. Okay, now this is hard because then you're going to have to go to edit, and you see this grid. You're going to want to bring that all the way down. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but trust me, you don't want your thing floating in the sky unless you do, which is fine as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit under and press apply. And now it's going to be under the map. So I'm going to I actually did a little bit under, so I'm going to go up. And now it's going to be that. But I want to go down. So it is like that, okay? So it's nice and short like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and unlock this right here and increase the base size. And I'm just going to make a that was not a circle, giant circle, or whatever shape you want your map to be in. You're just going to go ahead and fill it in. Make sure you get all the spots. And now you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to set this back down to 6. And you're going to relock that. So it's this nice little island platform. And you're going to go to rock. Okay, and then you're actually going to edit the plane field, and you're going to bring it up so it has like a barrier. So you can bring that up a little bit so it has a nice barrier, and you're going to go all around your map. You can actually increase the base size if you want, and you're just going to go around your entire map. You can cut some things off, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to have the barrier as well, it's just nice sometimes. And so what people are going to see is, if I exit out of this really quick, they're going to see like this, which is nice. So what you're actually going to do is then go ahead and click paint, and it should be already on grass. And all you have to do is go on the top here of the cylinder and go down to like 8. You're just gonna paint the top. Okay, it can be sloppy, it can be whatever you want, like that. Okay, but you're gonna go back to rock again, and you're gonna go on the inside. And now this time you're gonna choose the circle one, and it's gonna be off, and you're just gonna go like this. You're just gonna move around, change your angle just to make it so that they can see the rock, but there's still grass on top. Just gives it this nice film on top. And so once you're done with that, you can also stay still if you please. Once you're done with that, you're gonna have a nice map. You can go ahead and, like, if there's like stuff like this, which I wouldn't worry about too much, if there's just stuff like this where it's a little piece, I wouldn't worry about that. But now we're gonna deal with adding a lake to your new map. Okay, so we're gonna go back to editor, we're gonna press add, and this time we're gonna go down to water, and we are going to do manual again. So it's gonna create a water like that. So what we're actually gonna do is trim the base size down and makes it so the plane is under, so it's still over like that. Take it under a little bit. Still, you want it like level with the thing. So like you see how it appears, you don't want that. You want it a little bit above, so you can just have grass there. Now what we can do is we can actually do subtract, and we're gonna take the same thing. We're gonna increase the cylinder, and I'm gonna make a lake just right here. So I'm just gonna make a small thing like that, and then go back to add or paint. Paint doesn't really work unless there's parts or like terrain right there. So I'm gonna go back to add, and I'm gonna just fill in the water. With removing it means that like it'll auto correct itself. So if I move that down a little bit, nope, move it up, sorry. Now I'm gonna just add to the base size. It's just like that, and the parts will collide a little bit, so just make a circle. You can actually go to smooth. You can do off, and you can smooth it out like that, so it's nice and smooth. And then you can now have yourself a little lake. And if you even want to get fancy, if you're having like a pond, you can add and rock. Change it down a little bit, and so it's going to be like that. So you just want to go to manual, edit, gonna rise it up a little bit so it's like that. We can actually make this base size smaller. We'll make it 2. And now we can go around the lake just like this. Just like this. And make a little barrier around it if we wanted. So people can still see into it and stuff like that. And what I'm actually going to do just to polish it out is I'm going to paint rock onto the parts with grass. It's not going to paint the water. So now it looks nice and even, and you can actually, with this, you can actually swim in here like that. And so now that we have that, it's time for lighting. So you don't have to do what I'm going to do, but I do this because I like to have everything straight. Is I go to plugins, and I have this plugin I paid for right here called Atmos. And if you click it, it pops up all these skies, and like I want this clouded sky. So you look around and it's gonna apply lighting to it, and now it's like that. See, and like I can do different ones. Like I could do, let's see, I could do this one. Nice. So a little bit mountains like that. Okay. So it is I believe it is 100 Robux. I will put a link in the description. You don't have to buy it, otherwise you could just go into Toolbox and search up sky, and then you could like import realistic sky, and it should come with some other stuff like that. But I just gonna use my plugin. Just like that. Now, if it seems a little bit weird to you, you can go to terrain right here in workspace. Go down, you can choose, you can make the water a different color. So it's like that right now. I could make it more blue. I could make it a little bit lighter. Like that. Now you can also, right here above watercolor, drop it down. These are all the colors. Since my game's in the evening a little bit, I'm gonna go to grass right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit more yellow, and so it's nice and orange like a fall evening. And so now I do believe this is free. This is a sun adjuster, and what it does is when you click it, it allows you to move the sun up and down to change time of day. Like it could be night or it could be like that. So I actually kind of like it where it was. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna go to grass, my grass, unchanged color. So now if if we find the spawn point, which I have no idea where it went. That went right here. Okay. We can actually spawn in the game. It's all going to be there. You don't need to worry about anchoring anything. It's going to be like that. Just to give it a minute. If you have the Atmos thing, it is going to take a priority over Atmos thing is the like that. So now if we enter the game, we should have everything as it should be. Yep. See the nice sky, everything. So we can go over to pond, jump in it, so you can swim. You can make this however deep you want it to. You can set sea level if you're making an ocean, which I do recommend if you don't want people to see outside your island. And now for the last part of this part of the tutorial. I know what's 2 parts. Never I've never done that before, but we are going to be importing a tree pack. So if you go, I'll put the link in the description. For me, it's just in my models, and it's called Forest Pack. It's by Roblox. It's very helpful. It's a lot of trees and stuff like that. You're gonna want to have it all selected and just move it out of the way. Now these trees are very helpful. Like if I drag one on here like this, these are some of the most highly realistic trees that Roblox has to offer. Let me make sure to duplicate everything so you don't have to like keep like moving stuff around. But you can just mess around with putting them around. They don't have hitboxes or anything, so you can move it around. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned from this first part of this terrain and realistic game making tutorial. Please hit the notification bell and hit the subscribe button. It helps me so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one.